Welcome back to finals day here at the Quiksilver Pro. The favourite for the contest has just been knocked out by Jordy Smith. One more spot to decide in our semi-finals, and it's a battle between power and progression. Italo Ferreira going up against Wade Carmichael. Wade Carmichael, he's been so sharp on the rail. His equipment has looked incredible, and maybe it is a day of upset. Super sharp throughout the contest, and he's going to get things started here. Straight up into the lip. Couple of big hits there to get things started for the Brazilian.
This is the man who's looking to go. You can see his intentions. This was actually a knot above the lip, and it's his best number so far, just a 5.5.
So even though it's the first event, it's actually a very strong world title indicator.
It sure is a massive indicator, and Jordy hasn't made the final here since 2012.
Say that if he can get the right waves, if he's on the two best waves, he can win this one.
MR, I'll get back to you in a moment. We've got Italo up, loading up some speed. Amazing how he can just pop out of a section, even if he's arriving late out there, Pete. And man, we've seen so many airs throughout this event. I think more than just about any other contest, because we've been here at Durango.
Yeah, it's made it exciting.
You know, we'll win the heat, and that seems to be the way it's been in pro surfing since day one. If you can't get the waves, then you just can't get the scores.
Yeah, well, it might not be the case for someone like Italo. He has picked off a pretty solid wave here, but he can take off on an absolute rubbish wave with one section and limited space to generate some speed and still throw something pretty remarkable at you.
And Martin mentioned that the standard of surfing, that they can get a big score virtually on a closeout by doing a crazy air, but on that wave there.
Yeah, it's just about making good choices, not sitting on the fence. And whether it's a good or bad decision, just got to make one and go with it. And yeah, stick to your gut and freaking have a dig.
We've had a couple lay days. You guys have been on call this entire time. But what was the vibe like in the water with the two-time world champ?
Yeah, he's a hunter, you know. He kind of hunts up and down the lineups, looks for any opportunity.
And Jordy's last wave, like Jordy's a big guy, but he smashed that last wave because he had face to work with.
Well, Italo, without priority, just hunting around the lineup, looking for opportunities. He's had 7 waves now. Welcome back to the Quiksilver Pro, quarterfinal number 4 unfolding. Wade Carmichael, the surfer from the Central Coast of New South Wales, on his first wave, looking to find an answer to Italo Ferreira. Couple of decent turns to get started, wants a solid finish. Banks a couple of times off the whitewater there, still chipping away. So this will get Wade back into it. He had been put into just a slight combination, needing a 2-wave total of 11.07 prior to that ride. He's going to well and truly break the requirement down.
You watch the replay here. I mean, again, so it's not one of the bigger waves, but he sees that it has the nice clean line. He was going to be able to rattle off a couple of maneuvers, and that's, I think, is important for Wade, is that, you know, he's not going to be looking at waves with one single maneuver. He knew he had to do it at some point, so almost in a way I feel like he did pull the trigger early enough, right, to get kind of a score that's going to be right there to keep him in contention.
One of the bigger waves of the morning, but unfortunately for Italo, this one is going to shut down.
Yeah, it's done.
Can't help but notice all the support for you here on the beach, also online. Do you want to say anything to your fans?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the fans around the world. Thanks for the support and love, and yeah, see you guys at Bells.
I'll wait to see your answer back at Bells. Thank you for your time, Gabriel.
His performance against Mick in that final was just absolutely phenomenal, because when he walked down those steps, there must have been 20,000 people on that headland willing him to lose.
And he stepped up in a big way. Wade Carmichael can go to the air, and he's successful in riding out of this one. Needed a 5.87 to get into the lead. We've been trumpeting this guy's power surfing, Pete, talking it up big time, but he's not afraid to launch one occasionally.
See these guys get pushed, and you know, competition helps push that. You know, he's pumped up right now, and sure enough, he gets himself a beautiful frontside air. Nice grab, you know, it was clean. Got the rotation, rode out of it clean. So this is, you know, we've seen these come in the mid-range 5. You know, was it enough to go into the good range, into the 6 range? I mean, that's the question I think the judges are going to have to ask themselves. Probably not.
Well, Italo now looking to increase his lead. Still just holding on to that number 1 spot. Bit of foam on the face. Doesn't like the way that wave's ramping up, so he gets out of there. 6.5 minutes to go. Carmichael will get priority on the outside.
And the priority becomes so important at that point in time in the heat, because you've kind of established the scores and you only have certain opportunities to be able to build on those scores.
Wade Carmichael using his priority. Strong first turn. Drifts a little float there. It doesn't look like a 5.87.
He's out there trying to win contests and trying to win the world title, and I'm just like, I used to paddle over the top of people when I was competing.
Love
and
it.
your demeanor does not say that gives away. It's just when you put a jersey on.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Italo. He's trying to improve on a 5.5 with this ride to make life difficult for Wade Carmichael. He likes the feel of it. 45 seconds to go. He wants to know how much time is left. Should he go back out? And they're starting to count this one down. Wade, he's chasing a score, and he's not going to get to his feet before the hooter sounds, but a solid start to the year for Wade. His best result here on the Gold Coast. And he'll be sitting in equal 5th position, heading into another right-hander, which will favour those big cars. But Italo Ferreira through to the semi-finals. He'll take on Jordy Smith.